The small town of Hillbridge was known for its tight-knit community, where everyone knew everyone. Among its residents, there was no one more loved than Aunt Clara, a woman of grace and boundless kindness. Her laughter was contagious, and her heart knew no bounds. Many wondered how she remained single for so long until Marcus entered the picture. Marcus, a tall, brooding man with deep-set eyes, came to Hillbridge from a neighboring town. Clara and Marcus's love story began like a whirlwind romance. They seemed inseparable. To everyone in town, it appeared as if Aunt Clara had found her soulmate. But as the days turned into weeks, a disturbing change overcame Marcus. The joy in Clara's eyes was replaced with hesitation and a subtle undercurrent of fear. Marcus's possessiveness began to reveal itself, beginning with innocuous comments about how Clara interacted with others. "Why were you laughing with the baker?" Or, "Why did you help the postman pick up his dropped parcels?" Such comments became increasingly frequent and disturbingly aggressive. Clara's friends noticed these changes and grew concerned. Maggie, Clara's niece, recalled a particularly disturbing afternoon. She had dropped by Clara's house unannounced, only to find her weeping. Clara's once vibrant spirit was shrouded in sadness. Probing gently, Maggie learned of Marcus's growing jealousy and possessiveness. He was convinced that Clara's kindness to others was a betrayal of their love. As days morphed into nights, the town's concern for Clara grew. Whispers filled the air about Marcus's twisted possessiveness. But before anyone could intervene, tragedy struck. Late one evening, the town was rocked by sirens echoing through the streets. Clara's once cozy home was swarmed with police. Neighbors gathered, fear and horror painted on their faces. Inside, the officers found a gruesome scene. Clara had been brutally attacked, her heart cruelly taken. Marcus was nowhere to be found. A chilling note lay beside her, scribbled with manic intensity. It read, "If I can't have all your love, then no one will." The town was paralyzed with shock. Grief washed over Hillbridge, but amidst the sorrow, anger bubbled. A manhunt began. Every corner, every shadow was searched. But Marcus seemed to have disappeared. One evening, Maggie, driven by vengeance and grief, decided to take matters into her own hands. Remembering an old cabin where Clara and Marcus used to spend time, she went there, suspecting he might be hiding. Inside the cabin, lit by the dim glow of a single lantern, sat Marcus. His eyes, once dark and brooding, were now empty, staring vacantly at a box on the table. Maggie's heart raced as she stealthily approached, weapon in hand. But what she found inside that box was even more horrifying than the man himself. There lay Clara's heart, encased as though it were a precious jewel, a symbol of his twisted obsession. Overwhelmed by rage and disgust, Maggie confronted Marcus. A scuffle ensued, and in the ensuing chaos, the cabin caught fire. Both were trapped inside, the flames consuming everything. The next morning, as the townspeople discovered the charred remains of the cabin, 2 bodies were found. One was Marcus, still clutching the box that held Clara's heart. The other, believed to be Maggie, lay next to him, her face forever etched in a look of fierce determination. Hillbridge was never the same after that night. The tale of Clara's tragic end and Maggie's brave confrontation became a cautionary legend, whispered from generation to generation. A stark reminder of the dangers that can lurk behind the most passionate of romances and the twisted possessiveness that love can birth.